Hi, this is Jen Mitchell Love from Salis Divorce Mediation, and this video is about cost. How much is your divorce going to cost? And of course, that's one of the first questions people ask me as a family law attorney, as a mediator. That is the space that is very stressful for people. It can be very hard to navigate divorce with so much uncertainty when it comes to the cost. I can share with you as a former litigation attorney for the first 9 years of my 19-year career in family law. The first nine, I was in the court setting, and I can share with you, as a former litigation attorney, I can't tell you how much your divorce is going to cost when you're in court and you each have attorneys. And the reason I can't tell you that is because it all depends. It depends how many motions your attorney files, how many motions opposing counsel files. It all depends on, how much your attorneys are doing, and how much, in my opinion, destruction are they causing in your life, and how much chaos are they creating. So yeah, while it's uncertain in the litigation realm, I think an average amount that I read somewhere online, when I was looking up, comparing fees of the work that I do at Salis compared to litigation, I think I found somewhere, that on average, a divorce without children is about $10,000, and a divorce with children can be 20 plus each. And yeah, in my world, that's kind of wild. For me, it seems really insane for me to think that people are spending that much money on their divorce. But I know people spend a lot more than 10,000, $20,000, and so kind of that is what it is. It's their choice. But my whole mission is to serve through education and by removing the smoke and mirrors when it comes to divorce. And so I can share with you at Salis Divorce Mediation, which is the family law practice that I created or birthed. At Salis, we have flat fees. And so we only guide couples through the divorce journey with mindfulness, with intentionality, with love, and outside of court in the mediation space where I serve as a neutral guide, guiding my clients through all the legal conversations. I do one-on-ones with my clients outside of the mediation space. That's where, we can talk about any legal questions they have. I remain a neutral, or they can, explore different spiritual or emotional conversations that they would like to have, based on things that they're struggling with. At Salis, I also have two handbooks. I have the Salis Client Legal Handbook, the Salis Client Emotional Handbook, and those handbooks are really to help you navigate this space. And the legal handbook specifically is to help you understand and know, have fully managed expectations of all the legal conversations we're required to have, pursuant to the governing law and what homework is assigned from the Supreme Court. It's all in an effort to manage expectations, and the costs are the same. At Salis, I do not want people to stress out with all these escalating fees that they have no control over. And so Salis is flat fees based on number of mediation sessions used. Typically for divorce, without children, it will be one, maybe two sessions, depending upon the marital property inventory and how complex that looks, and how far off each person is with regards to their truth. For a divorce with children, it is typically two sessions, maybe three. Again, if the marital property is kind of is large, or there's a lot of issues, between the two people with the marital property. And with the Salis flat fees, it's based on mediation sessions, but the Salis journey starts with an onboarding Zoom where the three of us gather for the first time together in the container of we are doing this, we are going through this journey together. And in that space, in that container, I open space, to first and foremost, make sure they know the homework from the Supreme Court. They know the work that we're doing. They have access to our internal system that has those two handbooks for them that are very, very powerful and very helpful. Make sure they have access to our legal software where they're going to disclose every asset and every debt. And I also open space, to talk about any fears or concerns or anything they're stressed about, because I know the divorce journey intimately from my own journey and also from guiding over 500 couples through this journey. And I know it can be a scary, scary time. So, in that onboarding Zoom, space is open to share anything that you feel like sharing. And then throughout the Solace journey, there's unlimited one on ones with me to ask any questions that you may have. And then we meet in the container of mediation for 2.5 hours at a time. Everything is via Zoom to make it very, very easy and convenient for anyone anywhere in the United States to go through the divorce journey with love. And it also enables you to create a really sacred, beautiful space for yourself, that you can tune into, that you feel safe in, that you feel comfortable in, that you're able to share your truth in. And so the fees for divorce while in the courtroom litigation setting are completely unknown. And it's very, very easy for those fees to skyrocket very quickly and get higher and higher and higher. The fees at Solace in the process that I know and love and guide people through, we have flat fees to make it really easy to know, okay, this is how much it's going to cost from start to finish, from the mediation, space and journey. I have a sister company, Soulful Legal Services, that is filled with all independent contracting attorneys that I know, love, and trust. They draft the legal documents, they file them, they get you set up in court. And so from start to finish, the journey with Solace per person is intentionally less than what a retainer payment would be with your litigation attorney, your first payment, which, as my time, back in the litigation setting, it's really easy for attorneys to go through that retainer really quickly, especially in the beginning of the divorce, because there's a lot of things they want to file. And so most commonly, you're going to go through that retainer in 1 to 2 months, and then you're going to start getting your 6-minute billing every month from there. So I hope this video provides some clarity on cost. I'm sending you much love, one step at a time, and you are doing amazing.